Welcome back to Gilded Gaming and Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. You are ilming the Fairy Kingdom. We've done like maybe half of it. You know, we've done this part of the map, but not this part of the map. We've got 2 of the 3 things we need to unlock our entrance to where we believe Titania is, who is the head Sin Eater we gotta kill around here. So, let's get back to it. Here we go. Oh yeah, and okay, here we go. With our enemies fast approaching, time is of the essence. We must needs accomplish our mission with all possible haste. Of the 2 remaining bearers of the relics, the Numo or the Nearer, we shall seek them out next. Among the faithful, they bear the distinction of having abided in these lands since before the flood. They are also the friendliest of men. They have served me faithfully whensoever I have called upon them. Indeed, they are the source of much of the knowledge I have acquired in my time here. The path leadeth past my dwellings. Let us away. Go to the northwest, I guess. Yeah, okay. Here, maybe. Let's go! How you guys doing tonight? We are gonna make some progress in the story today, I think. Hey, Minus. Glad to hear you're doing well. Happy Father's Day, man. It is it's been a day. And we're already halfway into 76. It won't be long before we're capping out at 80. And Dancer will be leveled up. Let's see what Urion J has to say over here. Past yonder cliff lieth Plot Inni, home of the Numo. Others have gone ahead to scout the way. Come, let us follow. Opening the patch on Tuesday includes the Savage Tier unlock and nerfs to the relic requirements. That'd be good timing for me. As far as future content on the stream this week, you can probably expect to continue to see Final Fantasy XIV on Wednesdays and Sundays for the time being. And on other days, there's probably going to be some more board gaming. Me and Shadow and Flame and Deadshire were having a lot of fun last night playing that board game. We might just keep doing some more of that. Obviously, still near as well. If the path striketh thee as precipitous, it is because it was once a mountain trail. For where the lake now lieth, there was a valley, in whose midst thrived the city of Verbot. It was only when the Fuoth came in the wake of the flood that the settlement was drowned. We stand now upon the former outskirts, grazing lands where the shepherds once tended their flocks. Though one cannot help but feel a pang of loss when faced with such spectacle, when he can scarcely blame the faithful for so altering the land. The blame for that lieth rightly with the light. A force terrible enough to bring an entire civilization to its knees, an entire world. That it should have been allowed to rise up unchecked is the greater regret. Yet in spite of all the tragedy which surroundeth me, full glad am I for the chance to be here. 'Twas these hands which brought me together the warriors of darkness and Menphilia, lest thou forget. Therefore, even were there no eighth-umble calamity to forestall, it seemeth only right that I strive to deliver the first from its doom. Only right, I say, though such words ill convey the strength of my resolve. In truth, I can no more ignore the plight of this world than I can choose to stop breathing. And thus do I labor for those who we have lost, for those we can yet save. The coming struggle promiseth to test us to our limits. But so long as we stand together, I doubt not but that we shall prevail. Aha, mortals, just as we thought. Hast thou business with us? Business? Nothing so boring. We smelled you coming and thought we'd come to play. They do not appear to be pixies of the Leda Laron. My apologies, but we are in some haste. Mayhap another day. Oh, in some haste, are you? Then allow me to hasten you on your way. Oh my. Teleportation magic. For a mercy, we were not sent far from our course. Should the pixies find us again, however, they will most assuredly repeat the trick. We have not the time to waste. Let us avail ourselves of an enchantment I have learned. Fey Cloak, 'tis called, a most ingenious magic which rendereth one invisible to Fey folk, albeit briefly. J is a much more interesting character without the mask. He definitely went up a couple ticks and interesting when the Warriors of Darkness showed up. I shall cast the enchantment upon thee. Under its aegis, thou art to make thy way past the pixies and rejoin our comrades. Know, however, that the enchantment shall suffice to veil thee and thee alone. Be not tempted to employ a mount, as it will only serve to give thy presence away. Lovely. I have to walk. Shall cast the enchantment upon thee once more. The effect is quick to fade, so thou must needs be swift. We have Fey Cloak for a minute. Come out, wherever you are. Hides me from the Fae. I don't know that that means the monsters. Let's just give that thing a wide berth. More Fae on this end. We got a minute left, apparently. We discovered a new location. There's more Fae here. Any moment now. Alright, there's where we gotta go on the other side there. Oh, examine the books and shelves. Look at that. Pixies leave disappointment written on their faces. Nice. Oh, we should be able to mount that now. Okay. I assumed you were right behind us. What took you so long? Oh man, we were so close to our HP being all sixes. 6, 5, 9, 6, 6. So close. I see. Yes, I'd say that's a valid excuse for lateness. You're hereby forgiven. Another good news, the Numo village lies through here. We'll enter as soon as j deigns to join us. Ooh. They live in mushrooms. In a cave, huh? I feel like we cast Minnie on the party. That'd be very Final Fantasy 3 of us. Yet another Final Fantasy Tactics race. Ah, mortals! Mortals are here! Lots of them! Another Evilise race. You said the Numo were men's best friends. The poor thing was beside itself with fear. 'Twas beside itself perhaps, but not with fear. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you. There's so many mortals appear at once. It's more excitement than we can bear. Greetings, Elder Wide-Wid Ink. Dear knee, has been a while. Pray forgive my brevity, but time is against us. We are come to borrow the stone scepter of the Numo. The stone scepter? Then you mean to lift the seal over Ligia? This is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you. That the king is set free, none here will be safe. Unlike our Fey cousins, we have called upon this land. It called us home since time immemorial. Leaving is unthinkable. Thus did many of us lay down our lives to seal away our king before they were corrupted by light. If we do as you ask, our sacrifice would have been in vain. Don't worry, we'll defeat Titania. But then you'll only become another Light Warden. It changes nothing. Honored Elder, pray believe me when I say this woman is possessed not only of the strength required to vanquish the king, but of something still more valuable, a means to resist the resulting corruption. Indeed, she hath already now laid low the Light Warden of Lakeland, all without succumbing to the influence of its light. She is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but she harboureth the self-same desire to see the Sin Eaters limited as we do. Wilt thou not lend us thy hand, that we might see thy beloved home restored to its former glory? You've always done right by us, Urianger, if you have placed our faith in this woman in such a way. As you say, we want nothing more than to be rid of the Sin Eaters. Be that as it may, it is not a decision to be made lightly. We require time to deliberate. A turn of the moon, perhaps. We don't have a turn of the moon, unless we want to debate this with the Yulmoran army. Elder, given all that is at stake, I cannot well expect thee to simply roll over and acquiesce to our request. But even now a powerful foe draweth near, and I fear I must beseech thee to hasten thy deliberations, that thou mightst fetch the scepter while there is still yet time to use it. Roll over? Fetch? Ugh. You know full well that naught gives us greater pleasure than to render aid to men. You know full well, yet you speak the words of power regardless? It's unfair, unfair, I tell you. In happier times, it was our honor to assist mortals in need and perceive rewards befitting our deeds. Since the kingdom of Verbert fell, however, we've been starved of man's patronage. After so many years of deprivation, it is difficult to ignore such an earnest entreaty. You're like fade puppies. Very well, Urianger. I promise to give you as swift an answer as I may. In return, I ask that you and yours remain here the while and bestow upon us your patronage. Is this arrangement agreeable? All right. $1 million experience points. OMG! What's up, bud? Will you offer your patronage to our people too, yes? Let's see, perhaps you can begin with the Marn Ose. They are one of our foremost artisans, once held in the highest esteem by the Knights of Obert. With the Knights gone, however, there's no opportunity to put their skills to use. They would be overjoyed for your patronage. Okay. Sure. Dank chaos please. 1,182, 1,183, 1,184. Wait, did I already count that leaf? Who, what, where, wait, you're immortal? Huzzah, huzzah. Well met, yes, very well met indeed. Have you old and tired arms and armor that are threatening to fall apart at critical junctures in battle? You answered, yes, you've come to the right wall. I will restore your equipment to pristine condition, all for a payment of a pair of moss fungus legs. Moss fungi roam about just outside the cave. Please, please, please give their legs and your patronage to me. Okay. Sure. You're right on that. We just need 2 legs. Like the stark difference in the amount of things I need to kill in Final Fantasy. Like, just this morning in World of Warcraft, I decided I wanted to get honored with the Scryers. And I'm a Blood Elf, so it doesn't take as much. I went out and murdered whole villages of other Blood Elves to get the signet rings that they drop until I had 100 of them. And they don't all drop one. So I killed like 200 or 300 Blood Elves. But they had it coming. And then I come to this game and it's like, go get 2 legs. And I mean, we'll probably just kill 2 of them, right? And that'll be that. Let's do this one too. There we go, done. I mean, honestly, if those Blood Elves didn't want me to kill so many of those Blood Elves, then they would have all carried 5, 6, 12 rings apiece. Because then I really only wanted the rings. I didn't care how many I killed. But no, they all have like 1 or less. Some had 0. Just not cool, dude. I needed so many rings. And like, I only needed 100 rings because I was a Blood Elf myself. If I'd been another race, I may have needed 250 or 300 or something. Yeah. I'm just saying. Oh, you are returned with the moss fungus legs, I hope. They are tools of my trade, lest you wonder. Used to polish metal, leather alike to lustrous sheen, and now I work again. I must replenish my stores. How many moss fungus legs will you give? 2. Two moss fungus legs, as befits the work. I have neither more nor less expected of us that we can provide. There's no greater joy. Final Fantasy XIV doesn't have random drop rates outside of raid and trial loot. Yeah. You see, for there is to be honor in a task. We must receive precisely what it is worth. Too little means you belittle our ability. Too much means you question our integrity. You've given me fitting payment, so my services are at your disposal. I shall begin by inspecting your equipment. I see. Though I must ask for a small fee for the materials, I am pleased to say that all your arms and armor may be restored. If you mean to change them in the near future, however, there's no need to hurry. My first repair is complimentary. Here's the coin with which you may pay me when you desire to have the work done. Many thanks for your patronage. So when you're trying to grind something in like a raid, do you just do the fight that you want over and over and over again, back to back to back? Man, his shop is open for business. Cool stuff. Oh, and you mean to offer your patronage to another? I mean, I suggest XIV yonder. Okay. Judging from your equipment displaying you're no stranger to battle, I believe XIV will have something to offer you. Like, for instance, say there's specific gear that I want to get from a dungeon in Final Fantasy. If it's in World of Warcraft, if it's a regular dungeon, I could just run it over and over and over again, but regular dungeons aren't that good, right? In Burning Crusade, if it's a heroic dungeon, which are the level 70 versions. It's like the hard mode dungeons, right? If it's the heroic dungeon, I can only run it once a day. Like each heroic dungeon locks each day. So you can only do each heroic once per day. If it's a raid, like say Karazhan, which is probably the best gear right now, you can only run each raid once per week. So you can't just run it over and over and over and over again. So it kind of like slows down everyone getting geared up. Alright. Still not quite over the 400. We're still getting item level 395. Ah, to have so many men visit us at once. This is a joyous day indeed. If it please you, please give me your patronage. As my patron, I ask that you remove the noxious mushrooms that grow in our cave. Flame spores, they're called. You attend to them with magics, except they leave behind a harmful ash. We've no choice but to pluck them one at a time. Now, if you'd be curious as to what I have to offer, I'm a purveyor of wares that will aid you in your travels. In exchange for your fitting payment, I'll give you my choicest items. Also, wasn't it? Yeah, this guy's a mender. Let's go ahead and get mended up over here. As well. Savage raid tier unlock, possibly coming Tuesday. That would mean that the current 4 fights will no longer be weekly locked and can be farmed as many times as you want. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, the way it works in WoW is that like a heroic dungeon locks by the day, so each day you can run it once. So you can run every heroic every day one time if you want to, and really farm all that rep in those, you know, pre-raid best in slot epics or whatever. If and then the raids lock by the week, so they unlock on Tuesday when they do the maintenance and everything. Let's see. What are we looking for here? Ah, good. Current alliance raid is also weekly locked. And that's true, like, I'm pretty sure the... I don't know that WoW really, like, removes the locking, ever. There's an Aether Current right there. And there's right here. He's got flame spores like outside his door here. Technically, you can pass on all loot in the Alliance raid and keep running it until you have the one piece you want. So when does it lock? It doesn't lock if you pass on the loot. The way it works in World of Warcraft is if you beat a boss, it locks. So as soon as you beat a boss, it's locked. Like if you, it could be a raid that has like 12 bosses in it. If you've beaten the first boss, you've locked it. And from then on, for the rest of the week, if you come in there, it'll be the same instance. But it also means that like you can do a raid over the course of multiple days. Like we can do half of Karazhan one day and the other half the next day because, you know, they're so long. You've already removed the flame spores? How very quick you are. Oh, but did you perchance search by the western entrance as well? I'm told that more have cropped up in that area. It keeps track of whether you've gotten a piece of loot this week. Yeah, that's like the complete opposite. Like, wow, like, it doesn't care what loot you got. You didn't get your loot, try again next week. Or hell, the loot may have dropped and you just still didn't get it because it went to someone else. As you pluck the last of the flame spores, you sense a gaze from the entrance. Minfilia. What's up, girl? Oh, I wasn't spying on you or anything. I'm just finishing my task, and I should go and report back. Interesting. Savage Raid loot system. The number of treasure chests that drop on completion is based on how many have already cleared it. So if 4 people have already cleared it, no loot will drop. Gotcha. Interesting. Ah, you are returned. Have you dealt with the flame spores by the western entrance as well? Excellent. No more poisonous spores irritating our noses for a little while, at least. Oh dear, I believe I'm getting sentimental. Having a patron again, it reminds me of the old days. Where every day I could carry my wares to the castle and offer an exchange of men's patronage. Back then, the castle wasn't called Ligia. The Vogerites built it and named it Renneslicht. It was their last bastion in the struggle against Sin Eaters, and now they're all gone, all of them. Nobles and knights and common folk alike. But enough reminiscing. I must give you what you've earned. And if you desire anything else I possess, I would be glad to offer them to you for a fitting price, of course. Millions of XP. Okay. Would you consider offering your patronage to anyone else? If so, would you consider Wid Lad? You've been under the weather of late. The chance to perform an honorable task would cheer them up. That is only for whatever the most recently released raid tier of 4 battles is. The older Savage raids can be infinitely farmed, including unsynced at level 80. Gotcha. Interesting. Oh, look at this. Aetherite tickets. You would be my patron? But I can't do anything for you. The lawless ones took my invisible ink, and without it, I can't make my arcane wares. Who are the lawless ones? They're no more like us, except they've turned their backs on our values. Curs without honor, they are. They refused to work and instead spending all their time cavorting and making a nuisance of themselves. It was when I was outside for a walk they set upon me and robbed me of my possessions, the ink included. I was too weak to resist them, but you, mortal, you look quite strong. Do you think you could take my ink back from those villains? If you do this, I will consider you I will consider it in your patronage, and by the way of my service, I will make something very special. Excuse me, Elheim, but I couldn't help overhearing. If you mean to undertake this task, will you let me accompany you? I would learn from you and help in what little way I can. You're welcome to join. Thank you so much. The lawless ones make their lair to the south inside a cave called Father Collard's Chambers. They took many vials of ink, and I would be grateful if you could bring back as many as possible. Okay. The lawless ones. Okay. Yeah, in World of Warcraft, the raids lockouts keep locking out, even when it's not the most recent raid. That's not to say people won't still do it. Like say right now, Karazhan is the main raid, right? There's also Gruul's Lair and Magtheridon's Lair, which are more like 24-man trials, sort of. And then Karazhan is like a 10-man raid, and it's like 12 bosses or whatever. When the next phase comes out and they open up, like, I don't remember what the next phase is. It's not Hyjal or Black Temple yet. It'll be there's some other raids before that, like Serpent Shrine Cavern or something. Like, that'll be the most recent raid now, and it'll have better gear. But like, people will still run Karazhan to get gear that they need, like, because they'll still be leveling up other characters and they want to get more equipment or whatever, The gear gets progressively better, but then the raids also get progressively harder, so you still need the gear from the previous one to get ready for the next one, kind of thing. What do we have here? We didn't get this crystal. Let's go grab this. We'll grab it in a second. We're already here. Oh, that's right. We have a new resource now. You can look at which abilities give me energy for that new meter. So we need to halfway fill it, like to 50 to use the new ability, right? Father Collard's chambers is through here. I peered inside, and sure enough, it was milling with Numo. They looked none too friendly. If Thancred were here, he'd tell me to go about it quietly and quickly. Let us split up. I'll find all the ink I can and then come back outside. See you shortly, Elheim. Okay. Ba-dum. I'm gonna fight all these guys. Wow, we have so much range on that. One. 2. And the third one is up there. In Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 14, whenever a new 8-man raid tier is added, a new set of tombstone gear is added too, so there's a path to new raiders to get the appropriate eye level without doing past raid tiers. Yeah, they have something similar in WoW that I believe started in Burning Crusade, where when you fight heroic bosses or raid bosses, you get emblems that you can turn it, kind of like, basically just like tombstones, right? Which you can turn in to get like catch-up gear. I think in the original, it didn't come until late in Burning Crusade, but we have them for the beginning of Burning Crusade Classic already in the game. I don't know what set of gear is available to buy with those yet. It might be just like heroic level gear right now, I'm not really sure. But it's the same sort of thing. It's used to help fill in gear that you're just having really bad luck finding that slot, or for catch up later on, right? And that first came about in Burning Crusade, so we will have it right now in BC Classic. We need to go back and do this path to popularity at some point too, so we can get that Aether Current. Speaking of, probably up on top of this hill right here. Take a look. Well, the quest is right here. Let me go ahead and get this quest turned in, but like, I think right up on top of that ridge might be another Aether Current. We need to go back and get that Aetherite we walked past too.
Oh, thank goodness. There you are.
You started with Eden 9 to 12, but you've never done 1 to 8 before, so you don't have to do 1 to 8 to get to 9 to 12. Well, thank goodness, there you are.
Those
Okay, she
in
talks.
were rather frightening. I'm glad you're safe.
Yay, voice acting. I'm glad you're safe too.
I haven't seen much actual combat, so I was a little nervous, but I'm happy I could help. The Minfilius before me battled Sin Eaters as part of the Yulmoran army.
Yeah, I
That
remember.
all changed by the time I was found. They held me captive so that I wouldn't follow in the others' footsteps. I'd still be in my cell now had Thancred not spirited me away. When he found me, I knew nothing of the world. I didn't know how to live, let alone fight. Thancred once told me that if the efforts to summon you failed, it would fall to me to face the Light Wardens. I realized then that it was the only reason he kept me close. As a contingency. The truth is, he can't stand to be around me. Because I'm not her. I'm not his Minfilia. Once, we journeyed to Nabatha together, to the place where the Oracle appeared and stayed the flood. As we drew near, I felt as though I was fading away. I shut my eyes and covered my ears, and then... I'm not sure what happened after that. I have a vague feeling that I said something to him. Only it wasn't me at all. It was her. Afterwards, Thancred didn't say a word. Only kept to himself and brooded. There's nothing I can do for him. Nothing I can offer but my presence, though it only reminds him of his loss. She should be the one to live on. That's why I tried to find you, because I knew that was what she wanted. But now that you're here, I'm not entirely sure what it was she intended me to do. Was I meant to tell you something, or bring you to someone, or somewhere? I can feel the answer at the edge of my mind, just out of reach.
Uh-oh.
What is that?
Ooh, is this Titania? Looks like it.
Why? Why did you imprison us?
Oh my.
Such boredom, such tedium have we suffered. It is unfair. Unfair. Come. Come and play with us.
Oh, I like this. This is good. That's good.
It came from the castle. This is everything I have. Please see it delivered to the Numo. I will bear word to Thancred and the others.
So, assuming this gets us their relic, we still need one more, right? Alright, so we gotta go back here. Before we do, I say we check that hill and we grab that aetherite. West from here? I wish you could see aether currents from farther away. Oh, that hurt a lot. Misjudge the wait. Only 60? Like, oh, it's right there. I see it. Okay. Misjudge the fall damage there. Into the north. Oh, I see it. Weirwood. Nice. Northeast. Okay. Grab that aetherite. There's only 3 more outside. Only 3 more from quests. One will definitely be from the main quest. Oh, look who it is. And we got a quest right here. Maybe one more Ether Current quest. Hey, look, we're both Outlanders. Aha. Let's grab this Ether Current up here. 73 yalms. You just in these ruins. Oh, right there. Southwest. 662 yalms to the southwest. Sounds like it's going to be at the castle over there, maybe. Maybe we wait on that one. That sounds like it's at Titania's place. That seems about the right distance to be up there. So let's just head back over here and turn this in. Okay. Mercy, Your Majesty, we had no choice. Please forgive us. Oh, it's you, my ink. Were you able to retrieve it? Oh, so they heard that vision from Titania too. Huh? Yes, this is the ink, and almost all of it too. When our king spoke to me, my day went from bad to worse, but thanks to you, it's simply bad again. What? You had the vision too? Oh, what was this? Ordinarily, when a living being turns to a sin eater, it loses everything about its mind that defined it. However, the king has retained some of their instincts. This manifests in the desire to play and be free. So strong is that desire that it often leaks through the seal to invade our consciousness. For a long time, we've ignored it, but we can't do so forever. Forgive me, I was able to thank you for reuniting me with my ink. You did exactly as I asked, so I will give you the service I promised. Nothing up my sleeve, and voila! May it serve you. Voila. Ooh, here we go. What is this? This is just a regular quest, but it scales you down. Is that what that means? No, I don't really want that. Elder's answer. Oh, there's nothing like honorable work. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity. Oh, I should mention that Elder Wid Anik returned a few moments ago. You seek them out, I dare say they'll have tidings for you. Look at all the quests in here. Holy crap. Scale to your current level. Gotcha. Look how many, like, optional quests are in this little town here. Everyone has a quest. Ah, there you are. I've informed you that I've been informed that you're an excellent patron to our people. For that, you have my thanks. Now then, you will be pleased to hear that we've come to a decision regarding the scepter. If you would gather your companions, I will deliver you our answer. Before I begin, please allow me to express my gratitude for your kind patronage. Having been deprived of purpose for so long, our people are overjoyed at being able to serve again. But on the matter of the stone scepter, during our deliberations, we were forced to concede that we will never have the power to deal with our fallen monarch. We can release Titania neither from the castle nor from torment. In light of this, we have decided to entrust their fate to you. Take it. The stone sector of the Numo. This makes 3 relics. One more and we can arrange a meeting with the warden. Ere you continue your quest, allow me to enlighten you as to regards your foe. Know that Titania is not a name, but a title bestowed upon one chosen to lead the pixies by the grace of nature. This leader, upon Ilmeg's founding, arose as a ruler of all Fey folk to bring order to our riotous kind, and on our turn, we Fey folk rendered up our blessing unto nature, unto water, wood, and wind, that our king might be further empowered. Though they are to become a sin eater, their powers remain unchanged. When you face them, be prepared to face the full fury of nature. Oh dear. Is there anything else we should know? Anything else? Only that if you feel unready for the challenge and none here would blame you for it, you are welcome to remain among us a while longer. After all, I myself have yet to enjoy your patronage, and who knows when I will next have the chance. We would see that you were comfortable, of course, and do all in our power to make you feel at home. Oi! Honestly, I look away for 1 minute and every fairy and their nuncle tries to steal my sapling from me. This is my sapling. Mine, you hear me? Not yours. Not the Fu-offs, and anyone who so much as thinks about trying to seduce her will wish that they hadn't. The final relic is a pair of shoes wrought of crystal. They are held in the Amaro's safekeeping in their settlement. Wolkdorf? It beareth mentioning that these Amaro, unlike those which Cialis encountered, owing to a peculiarity of evolution, they are capable of speech, unless we might negotiate with them as we have the Fey folk. A pair of ruby slippers. Or crystal slippers. Though it saddens us to see you leave, we wish you well on your way. When you arrive in Wolkdorf, seek out the largest of the Amaro. His name is Seto. He is their leader and bearer of the relic. Right? I'm assuming once we get the last relic that we got either a trial or a dungeon on our hands. I'm not sure which. They ask me that every time I do this. I'll wait and use it for an expensive one, right? Alright. Lucky Amaro, huh? Enormous Amaro. Oh, it's like the fat chocobo! Sort of. An enormous Amaro slumbers peacefully. It's even got like the big giant bed of hay. Seto! Ardbert? Oh, forgive me, I was having a dream. Seldom do men visit us. What brings you to our village? Did I hear you were right? You desire the crystal shoes that you may confront the Light Warden. No, you mustn't think such thoughts. Even if you are indeed immune to the Light's corruption, as you claim, vanquishing the king will bring you naught but sorrow. Forget this folly. Return whence you came. While we appreciate your concern, we have no choice in the matter. Do not reconsider. Come, my friends, let us leave him with his thoughts. Okay. It is harder by far to change the minds of they who mean well than they who mean ill. Forgive me, but I'm not sure I understand. Little wonder, 'tis the first time thou hast set foot here. 'Twould behoove you all to learn something of the nature of this community, and think there is no sure way to speak with its members. In such wise, you will come to understand such as reason for having refused us, and I hope gain an insight into how he may yet be persuaded. So I bid ye seek out the Amaro and make yourselves known unto them. A gentle touch shall suffice by way of greeting. It's like, just go pet him. Give him a little pet. Okay. This stuff. Well now, it's not often that we are visited by men, much less unglamored ones. What brings you so far from your own kind? How long has it been since I last felt man's touch? I cannot help but be reminded of my master's hand. He was a knight of Vobert, a noble and valiant soul. But like so many others, he died fighting the Sin Eaters. Though he is long departed, I remain in this land out of respect for his memory. Okay. That tickles enough. I've never had a master. I'm not accustomed to it. Not that I dislike you, you understand. On the contrary, we Amaro were bred to be fond of men. Bred to be fond of men, really. In the beginning, we were all us mindless beasts. Then a mage of Ronka gave us the gift of intelligence that we might better serve our masters. Ronka? Ronka? Ronka. Isn't the Ronka ruins from Final Fantasy V? After the Empire fell, those with the gift eventually died out. On rare occasions, however, we are born with the seed of our ancestors in us. If we live long enough amongst men, this seed may quicken, restoring the power of speech to us amongst other things. That was with me, though I had never had a master, as I told you. You know, we never did find Baldessian or got Gloof, right? I mean, we got Kryl, obviously, but what's all the commotion? Did something happen while we slumbered? Like when we saw how the Crystal Tower was pulled into this world, I was wondering, because they said that Baldessian just sort of disappeared, right? I was wondering if it got pulled into this world too. But, oh, we'll see, I guess. What's happening? Why am I being patted? It's wonderful. Seldom do we have the chance to enjoy the attentions of men. Your kind are loath to come here for fear of the Fae folk. But then we are Fae folk too. When we first made our home here, we swore an oath to the Fairy King, you see. It is easy to forget sometimes. Back to Rianche. Thou hast peered into the hearts of the Amaro, I take it. then thou canst not choose but to see the intense abiding love they bear for men. It is out of concern for our welfare, not scorn, that Seto seeketh to dissuade us from confronting their king. Yet confront their king we must, and to that end we must needs have the crystal shoes. Elheim, might I prevail upon thee to confer with Seto in private? The task of slaying the Light Warden will ultimately be thine, and 'tis for thee, I believe, that he worrieth the most. Tell him of thy many great deeds. Speak in earnest, thy words may yet move him to change his mind. You have spoken with my brethren. And you see, it is not out of scorn that I deny you the relic. I simply cannot bear to see men fight and die. Not anymore. None of us can. To lose one who has placed a gentle hand on us even once fills our hearts with untold sorrow, as my brothers and sisters will readily attest. This is something I must do. What am I to make of such declarations? Tell me, why do you wish this? This land is no longer man's to fight for, nor will your doing so compel the Fae folk to change. In order to obtain the other relics, you will already have paid the due price, not more is owed. Why then would you risk all to face our fallen king? Save the world. What did you say? The very words. Could it be mere coincidence? Very well. You may believe what you say, but we shall see if you have the strength to do it. Sin Eaters have been prowling the area of late. Prove yourself against them, and I will consider giving you the relic. See that you are well prepared, then meet me in the clearing to the east. There I will lure out the fiends that you may slay them. Okay. A resounding roar. So there's all of these quests that aren't main story quests, right? Do you know anybody that actually levels by doing all the side quests? There's so many of them. But whenever I hear about someone leveling up, they're always just like doing dungeons, or they're doing the Path of the Damned. Like, who does those quests? I will use my voice to lure out the Sin Eaters, as I once did when I hunted with an old friend. A feeble cry for the ravenous, a mighty roar for the territorial. I still remember the tricks. We come. We begin at your signal. Ready then? Very well. Hello. Get another one first. Given conceit. I love the name of the Sin Eaters. They're very interesting. Forgiven deceit. Okay. Hey, Karen, how's it going, man? Having lots of fun. You made short work of those creatures, I will not deny it. I've seen enough. Let's return to Wolletdorf. We're about to get our 4th relic and be able to head to Titania, I think. If Titania's a dungeon or whatever, it's some kind of big fight. It might be a trial. You ready to do it with me, Karanova? Oh, I understand, man. Too hot, huh? By the ease with which you slew those sin eaters, I see you are capable. However, I still require time to think, and if you should be willing, there is a favor I would ask of you. Okay. I'm also seeing we're only at level 73, so like, we're only like theoretically like 30% into the story, right? So we got a long way to go. That's awesome. This is not a test of your strength, but a personal request. Please hear my tale. A while ago, I fought sin eaters who had wandered into Ilmeg. In the heat of battle, I dropped a prized possession, a medallion. Of all the places that it should fall, it was Long Mirror Lake. We Amaro are not fond of water. We certainly cannot dive very deep. I briefly entertained the thought of turning to the Fuoth, but they are more likely to keep my medallion out of mischief than return it to me. I had despaired of retrieving my treasure, but having seen what you are capable of me, perhaps you will be able to find it. While I ponder your request for the shoes, will you not go and search for my medallion? If it shall elude even you, I will accept that it is gone forever. So the plan tonight is to defeat Titania and finish the ferry area. And then I'll play some more World of Warcraft. Tomorrow night, I believe we're going to play some more board games. And more Tabletop Simulator. That should be fun. Flame and Shadow are set to play a lot of that this week, I think. Shadow said that the only nights that he has to work are Sundays and Wednesdays, and I'm like, that's perfect. Those are Final Fantasy 14 nights anyways. Ooh, there's another. Let's grab this real quick. There's our last Aether Current quest, I believe, because we have one. And there's 3 left. So usually the main story gives you one at the very end. So theoretically, this one plus this one and the main story one will be all the quest related ones. There's still 2 more in the world. I think one is here. There might be one down here. I don't know. Right now all we can see is the one that seems to be over by Titania's castle over there. Here we go. Sandman. Oh, I beg your pardon. I must have dozed off again. Ever since I turned 300, I can barely stay awake. Sandman is my name, and I had something for you. What was it again? Oh, yes, a request. I would have you seek out a young Amaro who has newly arrived in Ilmeg. But ere I go into the details, tell me, know you of the nature of our community, Wolleckdorf? It's a place where those of us who have attained intelligence come to live out our days. We Amaro are born mindless beasts, you see. But if we abide among men for a century or so, then we may awaken to our abilities long lost in our kind, speech not least of all. That those who have awakened might know Wolleckdorf, we asked our Numo friends to place enchantments on the crystals found throughout Ilmeg. These crystals call out to our brethren across Novrant, drawing them hither. However, the aforementioned young Amaro was not prepared for what he found here, that is, other-speaking Amaro, and no sooner did I welcome him than he bolted and ran. Though he is wary of us, having served men until recently, I believe he will trust you. Please, will you not find him and persuade him to come here? To help you on your way, he fled west of the settlement. Okay. Really close by. Let's go ahead and take this care of this. And then what was the other quest? The other quest is down here. No, this is the main quest. Oh, the other quest was in Ariane J's place. Okay. You're stuck in a dungeon with a disconnected healer. Oh, it sucks. Tell you what, man, I had last weekend, I guess it might have been Monday, I ended up having to do Slave Pins, which is a dungeon in Burning Crusade, and we couldn't find a tank, so the shaman decided to tank. That was interesting. He managed it though. We finished the dungeon. You find a set of Amaro tracks headed southwest. Judging by the depth of the impressions, the creature was in some haste. go over here. You find foliage that has been partially consumed by a large beast. The trail of consumption leads to the west. You don't think you can do whole monster switch without a healer? Yeah, that's fair. I didn't think a shaman could tank. I mean, we had a full party. It's just that the person in the tank slot was a shaman. Which, okay, so like originally in vanilla WoW, in the beta, there was some intention that shamans would be able to tank just like paladins can, but they didn't really come to pass. They don't have a tank spec. You find the eaten remains of fruit and exposed flesh yet to turn brown. The young Amaro may yet be near. But there is some historical thought to a shaman tanking, but like it didn't happen. But it was a low level enough dungeon we managed. Gasp! The young Amara regards you with wary eyes. It's alright to talk. You know that I can talk? There was another fellow like me. Do you know him? Well, now a whole settlement of talking Amara. That must be the place he wanted to show me. My name is Tanatia? My master was a traveling merchant. One day I discovered that I could speak. I was so happy. I thought my master would be happy too, but when I spoke to him, he looked as if he'd seen a ghost and abandoned me. Since that day, I've been wandering the land by myself. I'd heard of Ilmeg, and I thought it would be nice to see it, but it seems the idea wasn't my own at all. This settlement, Wollickdorf, it sounds like a nice place, but I don't want to live there. I've been alone for a long while. I don't feel comfortable around others anymore, not even other Amaro. Fair enough, man. More quests to help him out, but it's not a main quest. Alright. Let's go do this, and then come up here and do this, and then that'll be pretty much all the quests in the area, and hopefully we'll be getting access to Titania, and... Wait, you take fall damage when you land in the water? Really? I mean, I guess that makes sense, it's just I'm not used to it. Also so weird for me coming from World of Warcraft to have a mount work underwater like this. There are like water mounts in WoW, but they're like special mounts, not just any mount. It just kind of works in the water like that. Alright, let's see. Check inside the church here. Yeah, that would be the most obvious spot. Bam. Alright, let's go take out the path to popularity while we're at it too. And that'll be our last Aether Current quest outside of the main story. If we can get back up, okay, we can get back up to the shore over here. You can't get on a mount on the top of the water, but you can get on the mount under the water. Why is that? The mounts can fly, they can ride across the land, they can swim, but they can't swim on top of the water. They have their limits. I get spoiled by Final Fantasy XIV just as far as like wanting to get around. Like not having to like walk or ride this distance, I can just teleport back over there. Or if I wanted to go to like Gilded right now, I can just teleport there instead of spending like half an hour traveling across the world. Which is what I'd have to do in WoW, right? Once you have all the currents, you can do it on top of the water? Gotcha. On the occasion of the 300th year of the founding of Vobert, a grand celebration was held. No expense was spared. Over the course of the festivities, guests were lavishly feasted and regaled with wondrous performances. Yet amidst all the pomp and pageantry, naught was more stirring than the recitation of an oath of the Covenant, in honor of the alliance between Drawn and Gilded, upon which the kingdom was built. Representatives of each race took to the podium. 'Twas a sight to draw tears on all who looked on. Vobert. Look, what strange names you mortals have. Ilmeg sounds much prettier. It means the Kingdom of Rainbows. Yari Usagi. Good Janana's Grace was named for Her Royal Highness Princess Janana's daughter to the king 3 generations prior. In the dark of night, that mountain pass catches the light which shines forth from the castle, giving the impression of the princess's beautiful eyes of jade. Eyes of jade? That sounds lovely. If the princess here could ask her for them. First week, Thunder's Day. The princess has been partial to the lakefront view. It was decided that all the noble lords and ladies would set out for a picnic. Having partaken of sweets, Her Highness ventured to the water, where she inspected her lip paint in the reflection, which caused the watching shepherds to remark that the princess has used the lake as her hand mirror. Oh, there's a hand mirror lake in the southwest of here? That must be how it got its name. But who would go all the way to the lake just to eat? And another silly thing mortals do. Alright. Well, I certainly learned lots of new things today, things that the others don't know. I'm gonna go and share it with everyone, and they'll think I'm so clever. I'll surely become the darling of Littleron. Okay. Talk to him again. Oh, down here. Okay. Teleport! I can see where the story's going, like, in the short term, with, like, us defeating all the Light Wardens in each area. But in the long term, with what's going to happen to this world, what's going to happen with the Source, what's going to happen with Mr. Leader of the Empire, Asian stuff, like, I don't even have a clue. Mortal, I told them about the people from the past, but they weren't the least bit impressed. Well, why should we pay mind to any of those who are long dead? Much more fun to think of new riddles while sipping nectar. Speaking of which, we found this really sweet-smelling flower recently. We're about to go and collect its nectar if you want to join us. No, I don't want to join you. I want you to admire me. Stranger and stranger. All right, suit yourself. Didn't work at all. They didn't think any better of me, but I won't give up. Not yet. I'm going to be popular. Mark my words. Alright, man. You do you. You're out of good quests, so I'm done helping you. Like, there's more quests you can do that... Nope. Ain't about it. Not at the moment, at least. Nice, cool table. Booting up. Nice! Ah, you are returned. How fared your search? 1 golden medallion.
Ah! My medallion! You found it! Oh, I know not how to thank you. It is my most treasured possession. A gift from a dear departed soul. He was a traveler, and together we journeyed to the ends of the world and back again. When I was young. In those days, I could not speak. But we found joy in each other's company nonetheless. Oh, the memories. This medallion he found during an adventure. Fashioned it into a necklace for me, his partner in crime. I had not the words to tell him then, but it filled my heart with pride. I was so happy. His name,
Oh, okay.
and he was my friend.
I figured because when we first met him, he said the name.
Ardbert, thou sayest.
Everyone blamed him for the flood. Him and his comrades. Some few who spoke up for them. Of the many whose lives they had touched. But as the years went by, their voices were drowned out by those who only uttered the adventurers' names as a curse. It was too much to bear. And so I left behind men and their lies, and came to this place. Ardbert was a trusting soul, constantly being drawn into the troubles of others. Yet in spite of this, he never thought twice when he saw someone in need. He always tried to help. It was no different then. The world needed heroes. It needed him. And yet, he was a good man. He deserved to be happy. I wish I could have told him that, at least.
I'm sure he knows how you feel.
You remind me of him. Your kindness. When we Amaro were created, we were granted the ability to perceive souls. Thus did we recognize our masters.
Who created them?
That ability has long since faded from our kind. But due, perhaps, to my reversion, I can see your soul. Faintly, but surely. It is reminiscent of Ardbert's. Strikingly so. Of course, you are you and no one else. We are defined not by the soul we are born with, but the path we walk. Nevertheless, I cannot help but feel that this is more than mere coincidence. Which is why I will place my faith in you. The relic. It is yours.
Okay.
There's trouble! Terrible trouble!
Has something happened at Leader Loran?
Together with the twins, we were playing tricks on some nasty mortals to stop them from setting foot in Il Meg. At first they ran off screaming, which was lots of fun. But then a scary, bony, wrinkly old mortal came along and spoiled everything. None of our tricks seemed to work on him, which is no fun at all. And now they're getting closer and closer.
Ranjit. If he manages to find his way in, all our efforts will have been for naught. As thou sayest. Should we be discovered ere our mission here is complete, and the Light Warden yet liveth, our task will be rendered nigh impossible.
Well, time to go take care of Titania, then we got all the pieces.
If we are to prevail, we must needs divide our forces. Thus do I propose the following. Whilst thou salliest forth to meet with the Light Warden, we shall join in the effort to obstruct the trespassers.
Hope when we're done with Titania, we go get Ishtola. We're still missing one of our crew here.
Should we succeed in staying their advance, all the better. Yet even should we fail, if we can but delay our enemy's arrival long enough for thee to secure victory, our plan may still be deemed a success. So the moment the lights go out, we all beat a hasty retreat, yes?
Let me come with you. I have the blessing too.
No, Midfelia. You'll only get underfoot. Now come.
I wish there were more I could do. Please be careful.
Alright, looks like it's gonna be Titania time. There's our Aether Current. Forgive me, it seems my indecision has cost you precious time. But I am convinced now, convinced that you will triumph. To the south, you will find the bridge to Ligia. As the bearer of our 4 relics, the gateway of the castle will open to you. Alright. We're gonna head down here. Yes. See if we can't find the last 2 Aether Currents on the way over here. We got 1 from this quest, and then there's 2 more in the world somewhere. It looked like 1 might be over there, but there's still another one. Which might be down here. Once we get closer, we might be able to detect it. The closest one's still pointing that way. I wonder about this little strip of land underneath it, too. Hey, Flaps, how's it going? It's kind of crazy. This really is like one of the best Final Fantasies. Like, if you play it like a single player game, it's one of the best Final Fantasy single player stories. It's not single player, but still, you know what I mean? Like, you can kind of pretend it is. We're getting closer. Hookah. There it is. Let's see where the last one is. Northwest. Up here? Really? I guess we just missed one earlier. We'll have to go back for it when we're done here. I can go around this hookah. Or not. So there's one of your favorite characters? Really? It's a pretty little castle. The gate has recognized that you bear all 4 relics. The seal is broken. All that remains is to enter the castle and confront Titania, a being bereft of reason and mercy. It is sure to be a ferocious battle, but if anyone can bring an end to our king's torment, it is you. Yet know this, my adorable sapling, though we faithful may appear to live unfettered lives, there are still laws that bind us. To take back as much as taken, and to create as much as destroyed, to give as much as received. In all things, balance must be preserved, and the same will be asked of you. But worry not, come what may, your beautiful branch will ever be at your side. Interesting. It's a little ominous. What does that mean, though? Okay. The Dancing Plague. Wow. I mean, that's got to be a trial, I would assume. Yeah, our first trial of Shadowbringers. The white dress, the shell crown, the stone scepter, and the crystal shoes. Having acquired the 4 Fey relics through considerable effort, you now stand ready to break the seal over Leah Gia and confront the Light Warden of Ilmeg, the fallen king, Fairy King Titania. So, anything I should know about our lovely Fairy King before we go in there to fight her? The song slaps. When ad spawns, DPS should all focus on mustard seed. Okay. Mustard seed. Are the ads named after the fairies from Midsummer Night's Dream? That's cute. If we shadows have offended, think this and all is mended. But you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle being no more yielding to the dream. Angels do not reprehend for people that we will mend, and as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, not escape the serpent's tongue, we shall make amends ere long. Helps the puck will higher call, and so good night unto you all. Give us 2 hands if we be friends and not in shadows. Alright, let's get this going. Yeah. Thou speakest right, I am that merry wanderer of the night. I just to Oberon to make him smile while I have fat and bean-fed horse beguile. Nay, in lightness of a filly foal, and sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very lightness of a roasted crab. And when he drinks against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale, sometimes for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bum, down topple she, and beats and cry, and fall into a cough, and the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth, and needs and swear a merry hour was ne'er wasted there. I may have done Midsummer Night's Dream in college. It's Pride Month and we're killing a fairy queen. That's not Gilded. Sound effects down, music up. Look at this. Listen to this music actually already. I mean,
This is great, and you can sleep when you're dead.
you can sleep when you're dead. I love it. What is this music? I'm kind of all about it right now. What is this music? I kind of want to turn the combat sound down. Oh, what are these circles? Just jump in one and see what happens, I guess.
When you play with fire.
When you play with fire. Ooh, hello.
We're sick of this cramped old castle. Let's play in the woods.
Oh! Scenery change. Oh, what is that? Okay. Noted. I now see what that does. Fair enough. The Pole stream mix version of the song is amazing too. Okay. I have every imagining that this song is going to get claimed for copyright if I just listen to it straight up. Lots of circles. Circles are happening. Oh, okay. Peace Blossom, Mustard Seed. I've been told that I must kill you first, Mustard Seed. I'm sorry. I don't mean it. I mean it a little bit. A little bit meat. A little bit mint. Tanya's power meter building up there. What level we scaled down to? 74. So I don't have access to my little extra meter and everything, sadly. Alright, Puck's down. Oh, we got left is Peace Blossom. Bigger is better. Oh, hello. Okay. Now what? Fair enough. Both healers dead? Oh my. It seems like a bad thing. This one. Oh crap. get into this. Interesting how Final Fantasy 14, when you wipe in a pug, just makes you a little bit stronger each time. It's like, come on, you can do it. Also, what is this mechanic here with the circles and everything? Like, which one am I supposed to get in? I don't even know.
When you play with fire.
Okay, switching terrain. 62%, okay. Ads should be coming soon, right? Oh, this thing again. Get this going. 4, 1, 2, 5. Sorry, I'm not talking much. I'm like super focused right now. 39%. All right. Here come the ads. Mustard seed's down. Puck is down. It looks like half the group is focusing mustard seed down and half the group is focusing puck down whenever we get to the ad section. Probably better if we all focus the same one, but you know, that's what I would think at least. Okay, which one's mustard? Over here, I think? Yep. Oh, geez, that hurt. Didn't really see a good place to go there. Yeah, I'm gonna lie. Okay, don't stand there, you die. Got it. Me and Nova both died there. At least the healers are alive. Mustard seeds down. Thanks for the heal, Nova. Gilded's back, folks.
And dance like the leaves on the bed. This is so much fun. Let's play some more.
Zanya's down to her last third of her health. About. What's that countdown noise? Or this thing again? Okay. 25%. Oh shit, there's two of those flower things that lock you down at the same time. Okay. Alright, well that's 10%. Final 5%. We're gonna like limit break. There it goes. Done. Good job, guys.
We can play no more.
Another light warden down. That's pretty good music. I like that. That was a fun fight too. None of the music in Shadowbringers is copyrighted? Really? That'd be great. Let's see what this place looks like with the, yeah, nighttime. The blue circle knockback will kill anyone inside the circle and knockback from the circle. Yeah, I figured that out the hard way.
You have freed our fallen king. Not that I expected any less, my Snayak. The dress, the crown, the scepter, the shoes. The time has come for these relics to serve their true purpose.
For they are not only keys to the castle, they are also blessings to be bestowed upon the new king.
Fail as I am now, I shall become Titania.
The way into the castle is opened when it is time to relieve the reigning monarch of the throne. And the brave soul who does the deed has the honor of taking their place. However, should you ascend the throne, you will become one of us, never again to live as men do. My adorable sapling, my precious mortal. We Fae folk live forever, but such is not your virtue. To strive for a dream you will never see, to sow seeds that others might one day taste the fruits of your garden, that is the beauty of your kind. Burn bright and shine as only you can. These blessings, your lovely branch will accept in your stead.
Oh, she is gonna become the next king, isn't she? Oh shit. Upgrade. Nice.
Kinla, Ilihla, Ilmek, Okbra. Now, shall we attend to those unwise enough to trespass in our realm?
Yeah, I would not want to be the Ilmoran army with Titania after them. I ran a really long D&D campaign in Planescape, and one of the big story arcs dealt with
Confound it.
Titania.
How did I get here so fast?
It was fun.
Damn these pixies and their tricks!
Damn.
How in the seven hells?
Listen well. We come in pursuit of villains who have fled to this land. You know who and where they are. Now show yourselves and answer me before I lose my patience.
The sun is still out. Is this like right before we beat Titania?
Oh, stop! It hurts! It hurts!
Enough! Lift the enchantment!
Minfilia, willful child. How many times must I come to collect you?
Where's Alize? Wasn't she with Alphinaud?
I won't return to Yulmore. And I won't let you hurt my friends.
What is this stance? Where did you learn it? No oracle I trained would make such an unseemly show of herself. Know your shame, gal. You're powerless. You have no life nor purpose, save that which our master sees fit to permit.
There she is.
Who are you to dictate her purpose? To lock her away and deny her a life? If she was powerless, it's because of you, you sanctimonious swine. But no longer.
Look at that shot there. They're like framing up close. What is going on with like the anti-aliasing on his hair, though? What is this? But this is a nice shot, though.
defiance only begets more suffering. It is through acceptance alone that one may find solace in this god's-forsaken world.
Getting up and close with this guy, too. He's got, like, the Final Fantasy VIII scar, right? This is actually really old Squall. You didn't know?
Look, the sky.
Here we go. Right, Warden down.
She's done it. The Warrior of Darkness has triumphed.
General, what are our orders? What do we do?
The Yulmorans are scared of the dark.
We do what we came to do. Subdue this rabble and find the Warrior of Darkness.
Forward, men! Take the villains captive! Are you deaf? I said...
The king is returned. Make ready the feast.
What's happening?
If they weren't scared of the dark before, maybe they will be now.
Water? That wasn't there before.
Flew off.
Help me!
What's the matter with you? Get a hold of yourselves, damn it!
Ooh, the red eyes on those Amara too. You just unleashed Titania on our enemies.
We must retreat!
All who stand with a Warrior of Darkness shall face justice. My master demands it.
I see. Well, it's a good thing Feaul volunteered to become king in your stead, for all our sakes.
We are grateful for your timely aid, Feaul, or should I say, your majesty.
It was the first night in recent memory. We all of us but wished to make the most of it. That's something you must remember about us Fae folk. Though our existence may be eternal, we exist only for the present. We live in the here and now, paying no mind to futures that may or may not be. To wit, we are not driven as men are. We cannot fight for such causes as men do.
Does that mean you won't aid us against the Sin Eaters?
Not unless the mood takes us. But if it was to repay a debt, well then, that's another matter. To take back as much as is taken. To create as much as is destroyed. To give as much as is received. Such is the way of Ilmeg. By this law, we shall lend you our strength, in return for the beautiful sky you have restored to us. In times of need, do not hesitate to call.
Sad to lose you.
Silly sapling. I shall remain at your side.
Oh, Jesus.
Even should my body be in the castle, 'tis a simple thing to have a little part of me accompany you. Treat them as you would your Isnefis.
I don't know why I'm surprised. I mean, it's not like we didn't carry around Midgar Stormer everywhere we go. What's a fairy queen at the same time, right? That's what we need to have. We need to have Titania riding the, Midgar Stormer into battle. Ne'er for a moment did I doubt that thou wouldst triumph over thy foe, yet the majesty of thine achievement delighteth me nonetheless. Night hath returned to Ilmeg, and we stand one step closer to delivering the first from its doom and averting the eighth humble calamity. 'Tis but a pity thou wert not present to see the fey folk put the Ilmorans to the flight. 'Twas a sight to praise the spirits, I do assure thee. But what valuable allies they might prove, were the mood only to take them. We're still missing one Aether Current, right? Yeah, there's one. And it was over, like, north of I think it was, like, over here somewhere. Maybe up in these cliffs. Let me go look for that before we leave. What's this? The wheel turns. Alright, before we do this, let's go find that Aether Current. We can teleport back here. 1,000 yalms to the north. Can we get closer? Not over much. I gotta work tomorrow to like try and get caught up on like getting Final Fantasy 14 videos up on YouTube. We're quite a bit behind on YouTube videos at the moment. I've just kind of stopped doing them since I've been playing WoW. I wasn't planning on putting WoW up there, but like we do need to get the Nier videos up and Final Fantasy 14 videos up. And I was along the path I used to sneak by the pixies. That makes sense. I was focused on getting by them. I didn't stop to look for Aether Currents. We're really close to 77. We're gonna hit max level long before the end of the story, I'm pretty sure. Next week we may actually start getting, gear upgrades. Wouldn't that be crazy? Look at all of these gear pieces that we can just like give to another job at some point. Like we're carrying all these like 385, 390, 370, 395 gear pieces. We're getting close. Might be right over here. This little hook right here. Looks a little suspect. No, not there. Oh. Oh, it's on the top part. Or on the bottom part, maybe. Might be up there. Oh no, it's right there. It's right there. You're literally standing beside it. Look at you trying to help me out. I'm not paying attention. Thanks, bud. Oh, this poor bastard. He's like mining the crystal, turning into a little plant dude. That is a horrible fate that they give to some. Like, when they were like, oh yeah, those used to be people. I'm like, oh god. Yes. Light has been achieved. So that's... Oh. That's, two zones that we have flight in for Shadowbringers now? Yeah, Lakeland and Ilmag are done. Which are the two that have also, you know, been switched to nighttime. Makes sense. Emerang and Kalusia, I'm sure we'll go back to. There's still 2 new areas. I'm guessing we're going to go to another new area next because we still haven't found a Stola. So I'm guessing like the Gridania forest area that we saw her in the cutscenes is probably where we're going next. I don't know what the last area is going to be. But man, isn't it crazy to think that we've almost been everywhere? Alright. I knew you could do it, and not only because of your blessing, you have strength all your own. It has seen us through many a trial. With the warden defeated, I believe our work here is done. It is time we were going together, needless to say. To the bitter end and the fate of our 2 worlds being at stake and all that. Now then, I suggest we hurry back to the Crystarium. Much and more may have happened while we were frolicking with the Feyfolk. That Ranjit elected to pursue us makes me hopeful the city was spared Yulmor's attentions, but I would sooner see for myself. Besides, I believe I speak for us all when I say that it has been a belly full of Ilmag. Let's be away before the fairies think to play with us again. Okay. The Crystarium. Goodbye, fairy. Serpent of Ronka. What? Oh. Alright. That's cool. Quiet Owl.
All seems well at the Crystarium.
Yes. Yulmor was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
Excuse me?
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
Excuse me? Oh, I love this character so much.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page. Though by rights its youth should long since have faded.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation. I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations. As for my true identity, I am Emmett Selk, Ascian.
Emmett Selk.
Empire spoke of you, a native of the Source.
Equal in rank to La Habrea. And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us?
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle? Oh, it is truly, deeply infuriating. Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining? Following the flood, the First had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight. Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink. And adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthri's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all. Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters.
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased. As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthri and kill you all. But that's no different from what La Habrea did. And we all know how well that ended for him. And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation. I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Light Wardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
Since time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content. But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the Source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible. So come, shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
Thou hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted. I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
Well, this is definitely my favorite villain in this game so far. This guy's awesome. Love it. Okay. Cooperation? He can't be serious, can he? Well, we've certainly been given much to ponder, but first things first, we should report to the Exarch. You can run along, Elheim. We're perfectly capable of handling this little task. In light of your recent exertions, I'd say you've earned a rest. Go on, take yourself off to bed. We'll see you later, refreshed and ready for more. Dude, Emmett is awesome. Alright. Here we go. What's this quest? But that's the... Okay, that's that one. Okay, never mind. We'll go to Pendants. Xenos kind of sucked, honestly. Like, Xenos was like, I'm a badass, but he was just like evil for evil's sake. There was like no good, there wasn't a good story behind him. Emmett is amazing. Welcome back, miss. We've been expecting you. You will find refreshments laid out in your quarters. We hope that they are to your liking. Will you be retiring now? Very good, miss. I bid you a pleasant evening. Like, honestly, if we're gonna talk villains, Stormblood had one of the weakest ones. Like, honestly, like, Heaven's Word had better villains than Xenos. But, you know, thankfully Stormblood wasn't really about Xenos, he was just kind of there, you know? But I think that the expansion definitely could have used a better, you know, Imperial representative. Hell, freaking, what's-her-face's brother at the end of the expansion was way more evil than Xenos. I hope the past few days have not been overly taxing. Pray, take your rest and recover.
From the Exarch, is it?
Give me sandwiches.
With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know. He'll probably think you're talking to yourself. Still, he's keeping you well fed.
Now I want a sandwich.
Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around. A lot's happened since the flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history and the Exarch's past.
Yeah, like, finding out more about the Exarch and about the Ascians, I feel like is going to be the biggest thing here in this story. Like, we're helping this world, and that's awesome, and that's a great, you know, vehicle for the story, but, like, the mystery behind the Exarch is going to be huge, I feel like.
Not that it matters. It's Emmett Selk we should be concerned about. When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining.
Was this on the moon?
Desperate as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emmett Selk had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear.
Tell me about Seto. You're putting off my dinner. He's like, I'm hungry. Can you just like do something else?
What about Seto? What is there to say? All right. He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big, and he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him. What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto? Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, you tell me something for a change.
We powered down our robot body over. Huge flatbed. Wow, we ate all those sandwiches. Killing Light Wardens works up an appetite, man. Realpolitik. Achievement unlocked. The Fey Touched. Nice. Well, considering we just got a title, I think... Is that the... I mean, we also just met frickin' Emmett again. So, like, is... That's the end of the arc, right? Because like, we're about to start to go somewhere else, I'm assuming. Party soon divided. That looks pretty big. And it's got his face on it, right? End of the arc? Yeah, okay. That's probably a good place to stop for tonight then. So we will pick back up with our story here. Looks like we're gonna do some more dealings with Emmett, and then hopefully head on into find Y'shtola soon and get the last of our group together. And that will be on Wednesday. As for tonight, I'm gonna play some World of Warcraft, Burning Crusade Classic, if you guys want to stick around for that. And tomorrow night we're gonna be playing some more board games in Tabletop Simulator if you want to come by for that. But for right now, don't touch that dial. I'm just switching games. I'll be right back.